Most people think being able to fix anything comes down to intelligence. But watch the ones who always seem to find a way out, and you'll notice they almost never react from panic. There's a rare kind of calm in them, not because they don't feel the pressure, and not because they know exactly what to do, but because at some point they learned that problems can be touched. And that one realization changes the whole way you move through the world. Some people freeze the moment something breaks. The car makes a strange noise, the computer dies, an argument slips out of control, and instantly something inside them shuts down. Others go quiet for a few seconds, and then they just start doing something. They don't always know how to fix it, but they act as if a solution is possible. From the outside, it looks like a superpower, because while one person sits trapped in anxiety, the other one feels curiosity. And the strange part is, these people aren't always the smartest or the most trained. So what do they actually have? In the late 70s, the psychologist Albert Bandura described something he called self-efficacy. It basically means the deep belief that you can handle whatever is in front of you. Not empty optimism, not motivational quotes, but an inner sense of, I've solved things before, so I can try to solve this too. And that belief changes how you respond to chaos. When you believe you can influence the outcome, your brain doesn't drop into shutdown so fast. You stay with the problem longer. You tolerate the frustration better. You think more clearly under pressure. And the longer you stay there, the higher your chances of actually solving it. A lot of people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because their nervous system gives up too early. And it usually starts much earlier than we imagine, in small moments. A kid fixing something for the first time, a cable, a door, a broken toy, and suddenly it works. It looks insignificant, but psychologically it's enormous, because the brain registers something crucial. I can step into the world and change what happens. Bandura called these mastery experiences, small moments where you do something and see a result. Not someone telling you you're capable, but proving it to yourself. Because there's a huge difference between hearing it and living it. This connects to another idea, the locus of control, studied by Julian Rotter. It measures something simple. Do you believe things depend on your actions, or that they just happen to you? People with an internal locus feel they can move things. They handle stress better. They persist longer. They recover faster from failure. Because when you believe nothing depends on you, the world starts to feel impossible to move. And here's something that almost never gets said about people who fix everything. From the outside, they look confident, but a lot of the time, they don't feel confident at all. They simply learned to tolerate uncertainty. Most people need to know quickly that everything will be okay. They need guarantees, and when they don't have them, anxiety shows up. But the people who fix things can sit longer inside the "I don't know yet" without collapsing. Some of them didn't learn that from calm, they learned it from survival, becoming the responsible one early, the one who had to keep order, the one for whom a mistake never felt safe. And then there's another kind, maybe the most interesting of all, the ones who fix things simply because they're fascinated by understanding them. They enjoy discovering how something works, why it broke, which piece was missing. When they fix it, they don't feel relief, they feel fascination. And being around people like that quietly teaches you something. Not knowing how to do something doesn't mean you never will. It just means you don't understand it yet. That sounds small, but it's enormous because "I'm just not that kind of person" stops existing, and "maybe I just haven't practiced enough" takes its place. And probably, while you're listening, you're recognizing yourself in one of the two sides. Maybe you're the one who always fixes things and never asked where that came from. Or maybe you're the one who always needs to ask for help, and that makes you feel like you're not enough. But handing every problem to someone else usually isn't a lack of ability. It's a history, a buildup of moments where you learned that problems were too big to face alone. And none of that is permanent. Self-efficacy doesn't appear all at once. It gets built with small things: tightening a screw, making the call you've been avoiding, staying in front of the problem a few minutes longer instead of running. Every small win slightly changes how your brain sees itself, until you stop being someone waiting to be saved and start becoming someone who tries, who learns, who insists. Maybe that's the real difference. Not that they feel less fear, but that they learned fear doesn't mean they have to stop. Because almost everything that looks impossible to fix today was once just something nobody understood.